Namo Namaha. Come to your seated posture. Sit on your asana. Breathe. Pull your focus inwards. Relax your facial muscles. A little secret smile turning the corners of your lips upwards. And begin the process of tuning in to yourself. Flowing your awareness with your breath. Journeying with your breath. Withdrawing your senses from the external world and coming inside. Eyes closed, looking toward your eyebrow center. Isolate with your mind's eye the tip of your tailbone and flow your awareness as you breathe in to the crown of your head. Crown rises. And as you exhale, allow your elbows, your shoulders, your arms, your hands to be heavy. Relax and continue with this pattern of breathing. Natural breath. No modifications, but gradually deepening and flowing that breath upwards from your base to your crown. Release with the exhale, shoulders relax. As you settle, becoming the drashtur, the observer, noticing if you're holding any tension, lower back, hips, thighs especially. I do recommend that you come to these sessions having warmed up previously. If you're watching the recording and you start to feel pain, fatigue in your seated posture, press pause, move around a little bit, and then come back to your seat. Realign yourself, recenter, and press the play button. This is 8fold Yoga, breathing for a better life. Working on our 5 a day. Working on asana, posture, Prānāyāma, breath control, pratyahara, restraint of the senses, dharana, concentration, and dhyana, meditation. And we truly believe that if you find time to practice these 5 limbs of yoga for half an hour to an hour daily, you will find the stresses of life, the anxieties of life, maybe not disappearing, but certainly you'll become more resilient, more able to cope. Your physical and mental well-being will benefit. You will sleep better, learning techniques of breathing that will enable you to deal with problems such as insomnia, with breathing issues such as asthma. Taking these initial moments of your practice to settle, to align your posture, to make sure that you are comfortable, and to relax, especially your shoulders, leaving the neck long and rising with the breath upwards from tail to crown, using your exhalation to relax. Start to deepen your breathing now, pulling the air deep into the base of your lungs, coming into your diaphragmatic breath, your belly breath. Use your mind's eye, your senses, to notice the in and out of the belly with this breathing. Breathe in, belly expands. Breathe out, belly falls back. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. The length of your breathing will depend on your capacity. You want to make that in-breath as deep as you can and the out-breath as long and controlled as you can, gently drawing your navel inwards and upwards as you complete your exhalation, paving the way for the deepest of breaths in to the base of your lungs. And we're activating here Ujjayi breath, our gentle Ujjayi breath, constriction in the throat as you breathe in and out, but particularly on the out breath, making a gentle sound like the snoring of a sleeping baby, excuse me, just to illustrate. As you breathe out, as if you're breathing out through your throat center, pulling the navel in and then releasing, inhaling deep, watching as the belly muscles relax, belly expands, and continue. So in our pranayama practice, we want to slow down our breath as much as we can, to go from the standard or the average human breathing pattern, which comprises 14 to 18 or more breaths per minute. And we want to slow it down to just a few. So wherever you are, gently slowing down, and over time, with regular practice, you will achieve that lovely slow breath that everyone is talking about these days. The one that helps you sleep, reduces anxiety, increases your oxygen levels, etc., etc., etc. I could go on. So our next breath this morning is a Viloma Pranayama, interrupted breath. So it's an interrupted breathing pattern whereby we interrupt the inhalation first 3 times. So there are 3 interruptions, 4 breaths. Inhale, pause, inhale some more. Pause, inhale, pause, inhale, pause. If you're very practiced and you know what you're doing, hold in Kumbhaka. If you're not very practiced, just hold for a moment and notice that sensation of fullness. And then we exhale long and slow through both nostrils. Collarbone descends, rib cage closes, belly draws back, and then you go again. We do that 3 times. And then we transition into an interrupted exhalation. Same thing, it'll be 3 interruptions, 4 rounds of exhalation, and the inhalation is a combination of belly, thoracic, and clavicular breath, whereby you fill your lungs beautifully and fully, having used that interrupted breathing to activate your thoracic breath, where you breathe into the rib cage, into the middle lobes of your lungs, and also your clavicular breath, which we don't want to use on its own in isolation, but we do want to use with the other 2 in order to bring our lungs to complete fullness, full expansion of breath, pranayama. So let's go for it. Let's give it a go. Settle. Take a moment to readjust your seated position. Make sure that your tailbone is in line with the crown of your head. Relax your shoulders. Let your elbows, your hands be heavy. Your hands can be in or out of mudra, whatever feels right for you. And begin. Inhale, 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 inhale. Hold momentarily, and then long and slow exhale, starting from the top down. Exhale, 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 exhale. To full emptiness, then inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold the breath in, and then long and slow and controlled exhalation. Collarbone descends, ribcage closes, belly draws back. Third one, inhale, inhale, inhale. Hold. Long, slow exhale. Long, deep inhale. Interrupted exhalation. Exhale, 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 exhale. Hold the breath out for a moment or two, and then long inhalation, deep. And exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale deep. Last one, exhale, 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 exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And we've transitioned now into our 3-part yogic breath. Belly breath plus thoracic breath plus clavicular breath, and exhaling in a controlled fashion from the top down. Collarbone descends, ribcage closes, belly draws back, and continue. Breathe to fullness and exhale to emptiness. Can do 3 more of these. One more, last one. Exhale as fully as you can. Keep pulling the navel center inwards as you exhale. And see if you can exhale a little bit more. Using that practice called Prānāyāma. Taking it a little bit further. Fully emptying yourself. Visualize, feel your lungs deflating. And then release. In one deep breath, fill yourself, and then exhale, open mouth, let your shoulders drop down. Inhale again. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale, open mouth. One more, inhale. Exhale, open mouth. As you drop your shoulders and your elbows, notice that sensation. Good. Settle yourself, realign your spine. We're coming into a Kapalbhati, forceful exhalation. This is a breath that purifies and balances, that wakes us up, opening up both channels, left and right, so that we're breathing adequately, and it's a breath of mucho oxygenation. So be prepared to look for sensations, to feel rising sensations as you practice this forceful exhalation breath, tingling in the forehead, tingling maybe in the ears, in the scalp, in the shoulders, in the armpits, even in the fingers. Tingling good, nausea or dizziness not. If at any point you start to feel dizzy or you feel that you might start to feel dizzy, cease and desist and come back to belly breath or yogic breath. If you do end up feeling nauseous or dizzy, bring your elbows to your hands, bring your forearms to your forehead and tilt yourself downwards. Come into this yogic recovery pose and breathe gently. Release any effort of breathing and recover. And then come back and join, or come back to your belly breath. So if you're watching this video, you will find a full list of contraindications in the description box below. Please read it carefully. Your health, your safety is very much our concern. And we would urge you to keep yourself safe at all times, in all senses of the word. So, Kapalabhati, forceful exhalation. If you're new to Pranayama, take it slow. If you're a practiced Pranayama yogi, do what you know you do best. Refining our technique, improving, and developing that physical fitness that is, after all, something that we want to pursue in yoga. If the body is well, the breath can be well and the mind can be well too. Very simple equation. So settle. Bring your hands into Adi Mudra, wrapping your fingers around your thumbs, and place that mudra, that Adi Mudra, onto the top of your thighs, pulling your elbows together ever so slightly, opening up through your chest. You're expanding the possibility there of the rib cage to intake breath. Now, the breath is forceful exhalation. The inhale happens as a result of the exhalation. That exhalation happens by means of pulling the belly inwards. So having taken a deep breath, I exhale, thusly pulling that in, activating those core muscles. And when I release them, my lungs will naturally inflate, taking the breath in, and then I continue with the next one. Okay, so Kapalabhati is not a slow practice in such. We want to have that increased oxygenation. So I recommend a rhythmic breathing. So you want to go as fast as you can, but you want to keep it rhythmic. So if you start off too fast, don't panic, just slow it down. If you start off and you feel that you're going too slow, you can speed it up, observing always what's going on in your body. Find what is right for you. We're going to do a 30-second practice followed by a 45-second practice followed by a minute's practice. We're going to give the nod to those of you who may well be absolute beginners in pranayama, and those of us who are a little bit more practiced. It's always good to come back to basics. So settle, deep inhale to start. Keep your facial muscles relaxed, secret smile on your face, and begin. And stop, releasing. Take a nice long inhale and then settle, releasing effort of breath, and notice the sensations in your scalp, in your forehead, your scalp, anywhere. Observing. Kapalabhati will loosen mucus. So it's always a good idea to have a tissue or two handy. And in between rounds, we take our recovery breaths. Taking your recovery breaths, checking your alignment. Alignment is to reduce the impact of gravity on our torso to enable us to sit in a more easeful manner. Watching as the sensations subside, taking those recovery breaths, And then coming into our second round, this one will be a 45-second round. Deep breath in to start. Relax the face, keep your body still, and begin. Stop, release, take a deep breath in, lifting your chin up. And then come into your recovery breaths. Belly breathing or yogic breathing. Snorting and spluttering, blowing your nose as needed. And you may have noticed that I slowed down towards the end there. So as you develop a faster practice, the guidance from my Indian teacher is to slow it down towards the end. The last 5 or 10 breaths in your round of Kapalbhati, take them slowly, be more deliberate. And settle. So our last round is going to be 60 seconds. Same guidance as usual. Relax the face, secret smile. Relax your shoulders, take Adi Mudra, place your hands at the top of your thighs. Open up your heart. Start with a deep breath in and begin. And stop, release, take an inhale, settle, observe the sensations associated with that practice. Tingling in the skull, in the scalp maybe, possibly in the ears, the shoulders, the armpits, the arms. Simply observing, there's no judgment here. And as you observe, you will also see that the sensations subside as you come into your slower, calmer breathing pattern. Slowing it right down. So in Kapalbhati, you might be aiming towards 30 breaths a minute, or 40, or 60, or 100, or maybe even 200. Whatever level you're at, just remember, keep your body still and relaxed. The only thing that moves here is the belly. The lungs are working in response to that contraction. The in-breath happens as an automatic response. You don't have to think about it. And this breath will bring you a massive dose of oxygen. Brilliant to start your morning, to start your day with that level of oxygenation. This is a morning practice only. Please note, I would not expect people to be practicing Kapalbhati in the day or in the evening, unless you've left 4 to 5 hours between your last meal and your breathing practice. Like I said, read the guidance in the description box below. Settling, doing some gentle movements if you feel that your hips are seizing up, or your glutes, or your thighs, or your back. Gentle release is to walk yourself forward and bring your forehead to your forearms on the floor, which I showed to you as a recovery pose. It's also a gentle release through the lower back. You can take that whenever you fancy. Or you can watch our video on Pawanmuktasana, yogic warm-up, to get a little bit more information on how to get ready for a pranayama practice. Okay, we're going to go into a Bhastrika breath now, a bellows breath. And this one comprises forceful exhalation and forceful inhalation. So there's a little bit more to think about. It's an energetic heating up of the digestive system practice. So oxygenation and working the digestive system in a deeper way, building heat in the belly exactly where it needs to be for all of these organs to function as they should. Optimum functioning of the organs is also something we look for in our yogic practice. Settle with some deep breaths. And you're going to take forceful inhalations, rising the arms up. So you release your hands from your knees and you rise them up past your ears, turning the palms outwards so that the backs of the hands meet as you inhale up. And then as you exhale down, there's your Adi Mudra, turning your hands, turning your elbows, pulling your elbows in towards your rib cage with your Adi Mudra, both hands, and forcefully exhaling, using that belly, pulling the elbows back. So inhale and exhale. Okay, so that was your demonstration. We're going to go into 3 rounds of this. Same contraindications as Kapalbhati. Read below. If at any point you feel dizzy, cease and desist. Come back to your belly breathing. And because this is a very powerful breath, we're going to do a small number of breaths in each round. We're going to start with 9 breaths. Then we're going to take our recovery breath. Then we're going to take 11 in the second round. And then in the third round, we will take 13 breaths. So roll your shoulders, get yourself ready. It's a lot harder than in Kapalbhati to keep your facial muscles relaxed, but give it a go. Try to keep the body as still as you can. So the only thing that's moving here are your arms and the breath in and out. Secret smile, relax. Keep that face relaxed and try to keep your body as still as possible. So settle. Bhastrika, bellows breath, round 1, begin. And release, settle. I know I did one more than I should have done. Observe with your mind's eye the sensations associated with that practice. As you observe, find your belly breath and use 2 or 3 belly breaths as recovery breaths, watching the sensations subside. And don't undertake round 2 until those sensations have subsided fully. And as we come into our round 2, 11 breaths. Finish off your exhale and begin. Release. Watch. Observing and recovering. There's every chance that we'll all have tilted forwards a little bit during that practice. Tilt yourself back until you find your crown in direct alignment with the tailbone. And settle, getting ready for round 3, 13 breaths. Finish off your exhale and begin. Settle, observe, recover. Realign and come back to your belly breathing. Inhaling, belly expands. Exhaling, belly pulls back. Finding that beautiful pattern of breath. Rhythmic and regular. If you already have an embedded pranayama practice, it's very likely that you'll be breathing into the diaphragm, diaphragmatic and thoracic. We can't help ourselves because the belly breath isn't enough breath for us. Breathing deep into that belly, into the base of your lungs. Premium oxygenation, but possibly not enough breath, in which case you will naturally be opening up that rib cage and breathing into the middle of your lungs, also your thoracic breath. In order to get sufficient air, and because you slowed your breath down, if you can breathe in for 10 seconds, you're going to have filled the bottom of your lungs within 4 or 5 of those. So breathe in, continuing breathe in, expanding to your full capacity, and exhaling also fully. So find your personal breathing pattern, whether it's just belly or belly and thoracic, or a gentle 3-part yogic breath, what is right for you. We're still using, at this point, our ujjayi, gentle snoring sound emanating from the throat, caused by a constriction at the base of the throat, making that sound like the snoring of a sleeping baby or the sound of waves, ocean waves crashing on the shore in the distance. As you breathe out, enabling you to lengthen your breath, your exhale in particular. And if you're using it on your inhale, it's enabling and enhancing that focus, dharana, as we practice these 5 limbs a day, each one enabling the other to go deeper. The more I breathe, Prānāyāma, the more I can concentrate. The more I can concentrate, dharana, the more I'm going to be able to find the pulling in of the senses that I require, pratyahara. Because these four, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, and dharana together create the scenario whereby we can fall into meditation. Our seat, our asana should be comfortable. Sthira sukham asanam. Instruction according to the sage Patanjali, the seat, the posture should be firm and comfortable. And this could be talking about what you're sitting on and also the posture that you take. How is that firm and easeful posture achieved? Join us for our philosophy studies to find out in depth. And the cliff notes are practice, practice, and more practice. Coming into our Nadi Shodhanam. Nadi, the rivers of energy that flow through our subtle body, our pranic body. Shodhanam, purification. And by means of this purification of these nadis, we're concentrating on the main channel, Sushumna, which runs from the tip of your tailbone to the crown of your head, also known as Muladhara Chakra and Sahasrara Chakra. That Sushumna Nadi channel of energy flows deliciously, pulling Shakti energy inwards and upwards to the crown, and then allowing that breath energy to radiate outwards into the whole of your subtle being by means of 72,000 nadis or rivers. So we're concentrating on Sushumna Nadi, the main central channel, and Ida and Pingala, left and right channels of energy which flow up alongside and through, intersecting along Sushumna, and they're intersecting at the locations of the chakras. We expand on that in different classes. If you're interested in that, we can take you to a little bit more knowledge and practice in terms of the chakras and refining the chakras. Have we piqued your interest? Look below, find our contact details, and get in touch. Nadi Shodhanam. Left hand stays in Vayu Mudra, also known as Gnana Mudra, universal mudra of knowledge or wisdom. And the right hand raises up towards the face, coming into Vishnu Mudra. Index finger and middle finger tuck under the mound of the thumb, releasing the thumb and the third finger to alternately close a nostril. We're going to start this and I'll give you instructions as we go. You found a nice rhythm of breathing with your belly breath or your belly and thoracic breath. Stick with that. Inhale through both nostrils. Close your right nostril with your thumb and exhale, then inhale through your left nostril. Having inhaled left, close your left nostril with your ring finger or third finger and exhale, inhale right. And continue alternating nostrils. Exhaling and inhaling through each one. As you come to this breath, start to regulate your breathing in the sense of letting go of your ujjayi breath here, coming to silent breathing. Yeah, we want our exhalation to be a little bit longer. at least half as long again as your inhale. If you're unsure, you can count in ohms as you exhale: 1 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 ohm, 4 ohm, etc. And however long it takes you to exhale, halve it for your inhale. So if you counted 4 ohms on your exhale, inhale for 2. And that is your baseline breath. As your practice develops, it will slow down. And in no time at all, you'll be inhaling for 4, exhaling for 8. And moving beyond that to the practice of inhaling for much longer, exhaling for much longer, and holding in between for even longer. Practice of Kumbhaka we will explore as your practice develops and you move from beginner to intermediate. The retention of breath, much talked about in yogic texts over the centuries, even the millennia. So whilst I've been talking, you've been breathing in your Nadi Shodhanam, bringing balance to your left and right channels. On an exhale to the right, release and settle. Release all effort of breath and come to your natural breathing. Bring your focus back to your eyebrow center. Watch your breath. Without judgment, no comparisons, simply is what it is in the now. Looking gently towards your mindscape, notice either no thoughts or fewer thoughts. This beautiful silence, this quietude that descends upon the mind through the practice of the breath. And watching with your mind's eye, with your inner eye, looking outwards towards your eyebrow center and seeing a deep, infinite space between your mind's eye and your eyebrow center. Flow your breath and your awareness into this space. Check in with your forehead. Is it smooth? With your cheeks, are they loose? With your jaw, is it slack? Relax. Eyelids, lips, throat, chest, belly. And continue watching your breath. And releasing all effort. Gentle, circular breathing. No effort required. Just settling into your inner landscape, present in your body, seeing through your mind's eye and looking out into that infinite space that you hold within you. Flow your awareness to your heart center. Visualize the beautiful light shining there. That light goes, radiates Filling your physical being with light, your subtle being with light, and sending your precious, beautiful light out into the infinite space. Reminding ourselves the words of Rumi, the poet, you are not a drop in the ocean. You are the whole ocean in a drop. And that droplet of light shining at your heart center is both tiny and infinite. Feel the strength of you, the presence of you. Feel yourself manifesting. And be proud in a gentle way. And settle. And we're going to conclude our practice, bringing our hands together at our heart center. Keep your eyes closed. 1 Om and 3 Shantis, chanting these auspicious words to close our practice. Deep breath in. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Dropping your chin to your chest, reminding ourselves that this peaceful energy, this Shanti that we've created in our bodies, Shanti in peace, in thought, in word, and in action, first with ourselves and then with others. Peaceful energies to you today, thanking you for your practice. We hope to see you soon. Blink your eyes open in the space above your fingertips and gently reincorporate yourself into your space. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.